This year's Australian Open is now all wrapped up, so let's go back and recap the whole entire event by going over the good, the bad, and the ugly. Now, as always, if you guys have been here to this channel before, you know how this works. We always get started with the good, and I'm going with the champion. Jannik Sinner, congratulations, the back-to-back champ at the land down under. Another great showing for Sinner. I mean, what else is there to say at this point? He's dominating the hard courts, winning the last two Australian Opens. Last year, also adding a U.S. Open title and an ATP Finals under his belt there. It just seems like if you're going on the hard courts, look out against Jannik Sinner. He's just so well-rounded, so talented, and here it is again, another major championship for Jannik Sinner. Now just one behind Carlos Alcaraz. The future is here now, guys. It's going to be Sinner and Alcaraz leading the charge probably from here on out. Also, guys, going to give a shout out to Alexander Zverev, who, of course, was this year's runner-up. Another heartbreaker for Zverev to not be able to get it done in a final of a Grand Slam. And the question kind of becomes now with Zverev, is he the greatest tennis player of all time to not win a slam? You could easily make that case. I mean, just so heartbreaking for Zverev. I don't even know what else to say about it other than it would be nice to see him finally win a major championship. He's such a talented player. Just so hard to see him come in second yet again. And guys, really quickly before we go to the bad category, want to give a shout out to Ben Shelton. Shelton, great way to start off 2025. A surface like this is built for Shelton, that big power game, that big serve, and he capitalized on the opportunity, had a good draw as well, took advantage of it, making it to the semifinals. Great job, Ben Shelton. Now we move to the bad category. I had two guys in this category. First guy I want to talk about, Stefanos Tsitsipas, losing in round one. I don't know what's been going on with Tsitsipas, but it's kind of been a running theme here anymore that he's been losing earlier in tournaments. Now, he does have some great showings every once in a while, but that consistency, that top-level play that we saw him a few years ago, something's just lacking there. Not sure what exactly it is, but he's too talented of a player to lose in the first round of the Australian Open. He's made an Australian Open final before, so just disappointing to see out of him. I hope it was just one bad tournament and we can see more consistency and better play out of him in 2025. It'd be better for the sport if he's playing the way that he did a few years ago. Also, guys, in this category, somebody else that lost very early, and that's Andrey Rublev. Again, really not a surprise. Kind of the same thing here with Rublev. My big prediction coming into 2025 would be he made the final 8 players in the world last year. Not going to make it this year. He's a guy that seems to lose early in tournaments a lot more than not. Now, he does have a few good showings every once in a while that help him, but he's lacking consistency as well. And now, finally, guys, going to wrap things up by going over the ugly. And for this category, I'm going to go with Taylor Fritz. I thought Fritz was one of the favorites coming into this year's Australian Open. He's a guy that had so much momentum coming into 2025, making the U.S. Open final last year, making the ATP Finals last year, losing to Sinner in that final there. And I thought, given his game, the big serve, the serve and volley, I thought it was built for him to do something on this surface. I thought he got over the hump and was starting to make deeper runs into these tournaments. And he loses early in this year's tournament, upsetting to see for Taylor Fritz, who I thought had tremendous upside coming into this year's Australian Open. So that was the good, the bad, and the ugly from 2025 Australian Open. Can't believe it came and went so quick here. We're already through a major championship here in 2025. It's going to be an exciting tennis season. Make sure you guys are subscribing to this channel and coming back here for continued coverage of this year's tennis season.